Hey everybody, sorry I was away at a data science conference last week, so I wasn't able to make up a video. And so I've been playing Mage pretty much. I've been leveling up a Mage on the Fresh Start servers, so expect a video on that soon, which will show some of the fights that we've had while I've been leveling up. And we started a lot later than everyone else, so it's fighting level 60s, which is good. And I've been having a lot of fun in arenas on Mage. And I think one of the reasons I'm having a lot of fun on Mage is because you get to actually play like a mage, where you have to keep your distance, use line of sight to your advantage. And as I said in other videos, one of the biggest strengths of Mage, I think, is the ability to be able to attack people from range and while you're using line of sight and still be hitting them. Not just you can't just throw fireballs at them and dodge around the corner. You can also put down ice pylon. You can charge around the corner with them using the burnout and then just keep going, or you can put down ice storms. That there's so many attacks you can do to them and then just be right back in line of sight again, or even be attacking them while you've got line of sight with ice storm and ice pylon. So it's just a very magey play style. So yeah, Mage is a bit rough in things like OPR right now, but it's really strong. And it's playing mages how typically mages have been played in other MMOs, which is kind of my forte. So I'm playing with my teammate Leos. Thought I'd go through some of arenas, give a bit of a commentary on that. He's on the bow, I'm on the mage, and this is obviously, we've run that first round, so this is the second round. So I managed to get a burnout on this guy and then finish him off. And here's a good example of that, doing damage to people while you're line of sight. This guy runs around the corner and I actually managed to hit him with a fireball, sort of as he runs around, and then dodge back behind line of sight myself. And then of course you've got those burning dots on them as well, so a mage can really be doing a lot of damage to you while not taking damage themselves. And I'm using a lot of the flamethrower, but you know, like Greatsword hits so hard now, and you get so many ganky specs out there, and the bow hits so hard with a blimmin' hitbox, massive hitbox, so I don't feel bad about using flamethrower. It's effective. And yeah, Mage is tough right now, so you got to use what you've got to your advantage. So we've managed to win 2 rounds, and then we go into our third round. So we had identified one of the weak targets. We were kind of trying different strats, like should we attack the hardest opponent and keep pressure on them, and then they can't go around killing people, or do we go for the weak target? But yeah, definitely we realised that going for the weakest link will almost always be the better option. If you can take one of their teammates out quickly, yeah, that's a really good thing. But I think you've got to be careful, because sometimes we'll both go and rush the weakest link, and then we leave our team partner alone to fight on their own, so they have to try to keep themselves alive. So you got to be a little bit careful not to screw your own teammate. So you can see here I effectively apply the burn on them, and then I dodge their ice spike and then put the burn back on them. So now they're in big trouble, but this teammate, the other teammate, sort of runs around the corner and gets in the way of my fireball and gets killed. But then the other person also gets killed from one of my other teammates. So yeah, we end up taking the win on that one. Alright, so it's back to the start of a new one, and just sort of taking my food a little late in the picture. And yeah, it's just a matter of feeling the opponents out, seeing who the weak opponent is, and just staying safe yourself. So one of our teammates has obviously been pretty gangster and just gone and charged into 2 of them. But to be fair, doing a really good job of keeping themselves alive. So that's good, because it allows us to just stand back as the range and really put a lot of damage into them. We don't have to worry about them. I see their medie's in trouble, but the spear guy gets on me. So it's just a matter of me, I'm trying to sort of have a little 1v1 with him, put a bit of damage into him. So I'm trying to do my flamethrower, and then when he tries to do a stun on me, I just dodge back so I can dodge his damage. We managed to finish him off, but then this guy's trying to shoot at me. I'm at quite low health, but we finish him off. I have to duck behind here to get my health back up. So this guy just goes into full kite mode, so it takes us a little while to kill him. But we end up just wearing him down over time and getting the kill eventually. So I've just sort of sped it up a little bit so you don't have to sit here watching that. So basically we win that round.
Another one.
So I start this round a little late compared to my other guys, so my teammates end up killing him before I even leave the, what do you call it, the exit area. So I'm just getting on this other mage. He's pretty good, just trying to apply some pressure to him. And he is doing a good job of kiting. We've actually managed to kill off 2 of their opponents, which I really had nothing to do, so it's basically just us trying to finish this guy off. I get a little more aggressive this time, so we managed to kill him off a little bit more quickly. He tries to do the little ulti on me, but it doesn't work. And then we kill him, so finally we are in the 3rd round, and it's looking pretty good. So they all, in this round, just come at us like a bull in a china shop. They all pretty much charge me, so I have to go into a full defense mode. So I get into an ice tomb, dodge away, and then I just try to get some line of sight so I can manage to go. I got away with, you know, over half my health, so that was pretty good when all 3 of them attacked me. So they're definitely trying to single focus people. Now they're on my teammate Leos, and I've got this melee guy coming up behind me. So I'm just trying to lay down as much damage on them as possible, much AoE damage, and just trying to see someone. So I actually managed to kill that melee guy, and so that evens up the odds. So now it's a 2v2. So I'm just trying to get a damage on this greatsword guy, and then I find out that my teammates died. So I basically go into full kite mode at the moment and try to finish one of them off as best I can, while also just trying to use that pillar. So what I'm trying to do here is, like, as they come towards me to attack me, I'm trying to make them have to run into that burning, you know, so that I can get damage on them. So I'm trying to make them come to me, because it's always easier to, like I said, the mage is really good at line of sighting people whilst attacking them. So that's what I'm trying to do here, getting damage and just trying to whittle them down and then go for the kill when someone's vulnerable. So I managed to land my fireball on this melee dude. And so I'm pretty low, but I've got to sort of take a bit of a risk. I put the ice storm down thinking he might run straight through it, but I mean, they do, but the other way. So then I do a burnout, charge straight through them again. So this is a pretty good example of how you can do damage on people. So I get this melee guy low, and then I manage to fill him off with a fireball. But I'm at really low health, so, and this mage is pretty good. He's not sort of letting me get my health back up. He's doing enough attacks to keep it low, so I'm sort of trying to create some line of sight. In hindsight, I should have just run to the other pillar, but I didn't. I tried to fight him, tried to get him a little bit lower. Used the ice tomb to just cleanse off the burns on me. But yeah, I just was in a healing deficit and couldn't seem to get it back up. He was doing just enough damage like there to make sure that I just couldn't get my health back up, and then they win that round. Alright, so this round both teams have been pretty cautious. I'd have tried to drop old Monty Python out there to start wearing people down, but they kill it off pretty quickly. Our melee sort of charges in, doing damage to all 3 of them, so he is in big trouble. But I see one of their teammates at quite low health too, so basically it's a race that we've got to try to kill one of their guys off before they kill our melee off. One of them's really low, try to get a fireball on him, but he dodges it. But I managed to kill him with an ice storm as he runs around the corner. See, can't escape. Can't line of sight a mage, it's a lot harder. So I'm just applying pressure now and trying to get someone low. Making sure that when this guy goes for his greatsword attacks, I dodged him, and then yeah, I managed to land a big hit on him, fireball, and finish him off. And then it's just a matter of finishing off the mage again to win the round, which we physically do, but again, he just goes into full kite mode, so it takes a little while, so I'll speed it up. So yeah, we finally finish them off, and yeah, that's the damage and kills that we got for the team. Alright, last one, everybody. Yeah, so arenas, just a lot of fun, I think. I don't know why I didn't get into them earlier, but I'm getting into them now. And so hopefully we'll have some more OPR videos coming. I'm going to have an OPR video coming shortly too. And of course we're going to have the Learn to Play, where I'm going to keep trying to figure out, like, show things that I'm weak on, show things that I can improve on. I think one of the things I want to test next video is whether I should use the fireball trade on my staff or on my armor, so that's probably what's going to be next. But anyway, my teammate gets killed, so it's a 2v2 at the moment, but he actually did a pretty good job because he had 2 people that he was having to fight, and that allowed us to kill their teammates, so it kind of helped even things up. We kill their melee, and then it's just this guy here. Now it's a 2v1, so I just apply my burn and finish him off. Alright, so second round, everyone's been a little tentative apart from this one guy here. So I just try to charge up to him and drop some damage into him since it's just him versus us. But actually, this melee guy comes and gets behind me. So I just get into Ice Tomb. God, that thing's really good to make you think about what you need to do. And then I managed to kill that guy in a flamethrower. He's definitely going for me, but he's got me and the bow guy on him, my teammate. And so I drop a fireball into them as I run away, and then this is great because they're all clumped, so I can drop all my AoEs on them, and yeah, we finish them off. So this round, they all come together, they push us hard, and so I drop my ice pylon out. Again, I always start off with just trying to do as much damage into their, preferably as many of them as possible, just to try to put the sustained damage on them, and then when I see one of them get weak, that's when I go for the kill. Just trying to put my flamethrower on this guy. He comes at me with the spear attacks. I definitely am in big trouble here because I've got that slow, and haven't got a lot of things to escape out of it, but I actually somehow managed to get away, get behind the line of sight, and then our teammates are in big trouble. They've already killed our melee teammate, and they're about to kill the bow, Leos, my team duo partner. So he's in big trouble, he's cutting them. I'm trying to apply as much damage to them as possible to get them off him. But, yeah, it doesn't quite work like that. So now it's basically me versus the three of them. So I just go into full kite mode. Again, just trying to avoid the attacks, trying to put as much damage down into them as possible. Just trying to see with one gets low and then if I can finish him off. But unfortunately, it doesn't quite go the way I planned. Just too much slows on me from the melee attacks. So they win that round. So a bit of a comeback. So they start coming back down again. I do my little ice pylon and then throw my ice storm on them because they're all clumped together. So just trying to get that damage into them. Tried to throw a fireball at them but got staggered. But then this bow guy eats some of my damage. So he is pretty squishy. I get the two melee guys chasing at me, but I managed to get line of sight. So this is good because they're all clumped together, so this is a chance for me to get some of my big AoE attacks up on them. The melee guy just goes to me too hard and ends up getting killed in the process. And then we kill the other guy off, and then it's just a matter of burning this guy, flamboyant him to his death. So yeah, that's it. Arenas have been heaps of fun. Really, really enjoying them. So long may it continue, and I will probably have more arena videos coming. I'm going to have an OPR video coming, and the Learn to Play series where I show you things like testing and duels and what I've been learning to do better, etc, etc. Anyway, thank you everyone, bye.